Aries. A star sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Quick read. How are you getting on? I hope you're doing well. Central issue. Ooh. You've got King of Cups here. Love life. Or could be you, Aries. In a really good heart space right now. Endings, beginnings, transformations. Something's transforming, Aries, either in your love life or within your own sense of self-love. There's something you're transforming. Perhaps you've been spending a lot of time working on yourself, on your self-love. But there's endings here and new beginnings. You could be ending, you know, being a bit mean to yourself, or you could be ending, you know, past behaviours, deciding to, you know, invest in yourself more, you know, perhaps in the recent past you've been looking for a better balance in your life, Aries, and this is what you could have been struggling with here, Sagittarius energy. Temperance, balance, harmony, earth angels, grounding yourself, seeing the bigger picture, managing to balance your spiritual self with your earthly self. You know, perhaps also you have spent some time looking, you know, at past events, perhaps having a retrospection over your life and, you know, seeing that, spending perhaps too much time looking over those regrets and not being able to see, you know, all the good things that are going on for you at the moment, Aries, because good things are going on for you at the moment and you might be going through something quite transformative, you know, either with regards to your love life, romantic life, or just the way you know, you love yourself. You know, it looks as if your self-esteem is improving. It looks as if you, you know, you have, again, another duality card, another balance card here, represents Libra. Now, this could also be linked to Libra in your chart. You might have a lot of air in your chart, and you might be looking at, or also might have been reflecting on partnerships, you know, past tense. Perhaps you, Aries, you're guilty of putting in, you know, too much work to perhaps, you know, love situations, or you put too much work into even perhaps your own life. Perhaps also, Aries, you've been working, you know, quite consistently and diligently, but also to the point where you might be considering having to sort of take a break or find better balance, or trust your instincts more as well, High Priestess. Trusting your instincts, balancing your, you know, your negative, your shadow side with your light side. Perhaps it's been drawn to your attention recently during this Pisces full moon that you have been learning to trust your intuition more, and because of that you're being able to go with a better kind of workflow, you know, life flow, as opposed to forcing, as opposed to feeling that you have to achieve, you know, because Aries, you are, you know, by nature quite, you know, you are a high achiever. You like to, you know, that really turns you on, if you like, your achievements, you know, your successes, and your independence, and your kind of your leadership way, the leadership way in which you carry out your, you know, ambitions, if you like. And perhaps, Aries, you've been taking also, you know, taking stock of where you are at this point in time. You know, looking, autumn, you know, is a good time for self-reflection, looking back over the year behind you, and looking forward to the autumn months. Perhaps you've also you're having Could be a new term as well if you're a teacher. You know, it could be to do with going back to school, a new term. Looking at the skills you've already accrued. Perhaps you've wasted a bit of time, Aries, you know, doing something in your life that, you know, wasn't making that happy and wasn't extremely fruitful, so you maybe had to change course here, or just understand how to balance yourself out, your work life with your, you know, family life, your social life, your, you know, being able to understand when to take a break, trusting your intuition more. You know, this is as if you have learnt or gone through some kind of transformation for you to have been able to develop your instinct as well. Three of Wands. Now, it could have been that you've also, or you are still, looking at possibilities where perhaps things are going to, how things will lead from here. You know, transforming, maybe ending old cycles, you know, looking forward to where you go from here. Seeing that, you know, perhaps after transforming, after going through something that might have been quite difficult and a struggle for you, you know, seeing, you know, that there is a brighter future awaiting, and this could be that you might want to consider opening up your horizons, believing in yourself. Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy. So, you know, things might seem as if they're slowly moving into, you know, a better direction for you. But it seems that ultimately there's an element of you being able to receive some kind of justice, and this could be very much linked to the you know, your fortunes, what's been happening, what's been going down. It could be, you know, a history of things that you maybe recently addressed, the difficulties you might have gone through, the struggles you might have encountered. 5 of Cups, 9 of Wands. Being able to not lose, you know, focus with Temperance, not losing sight of things, the High Priestess, Visionary, not losing sight of things that's kept you moving forwards, and knowing that in however this resonates in whichever area of your life, there's justice here on the horizon, and this could be linked to where you live. This could be linked to work that you might have been involved in, where you need justice. Yeah, because you come out of the self-imposed prison, the energy of thinking that you can't succeed, the energy that that keeps you in that sort of trapped mentality. You're not there now, Aries. You're in your own power. Your cards just popped up here. You know, you're sitting in your seat of power here. You don't have to do anything, Aries, drastically. You just have to keep moving forwards and keeping yourself balanced and trusting on your intuition and believing that things are going to turn out in your favour. The Wheel of Fortune is going to turn out in your favour, and it will also provide you with the justice you deserve. This is a given, and you could have been not expecting this or considering that you wouldn't have the justice you seek. Yeah. So be careful of people around you right now, Aries, because you might be noticing that some people in your environment or around you, even at work, might be wearing a false mask. Now, that could be in your own personal relationship where there's not been enough truth, because you deserve love and you are lovable. And this could be a stumbling block for you at the moment, Aries, that you could have been really protecting yourself, focusing on you, exchange energy to create abundance, which could be you wanting to collaborate with other people, with the Three of Wands here. Yeah, you're going to grow from the current situation you're in. You're being taught some things here. You might have had to go through something very difficult of late, which will be actually transformative in the long term, because you also have Temperance energy here. So whatever dark situation you might have currently been, challenged by, or difficulty that you've been challenged by, that's transforming your life on a level that you possibly can't even see, that will lead you to a much higher perspective ultimately, and perhaps enable you to trust your intuition more. And you could have had some regret about not having trusted your intuition recently. But you're heading for justice. Yeah. So watch out for any social events that might be coming up, because you've been advised to go to them. And it might be that somebody might pop up to help you with your concerns. Somebody can share, a compassionate person who can share your concerns with. You might want to talk to somebody about what it is you might have just gone through with the Death card here. It could be related to your, your love life, or how you love yourself, or how you might be needing to love yourself more. You might have questioned your self-worth recently as well. Be very careful who you disclose information to and who you discuss things with in detail, if you need to. Yeah, protect the fruits of your labours, and some possible challenges that might be coming up. Perhaps focus on, look at environmental issues. That might be an area that you might want to get more knowledge about. Conservation, environmental issues. But you'll be fine, you'll keep balance, because you have Temperance. So any transformations that you're going through at the moment, Aries, you're going to be able to keep your balance, and you're going to have to work on that too. Yeah, and let go of the past. You need to release things. So anything, that you could have, Five of Cups, been looking back over and hanging on to, that's for you to release. Endings, yes. Making way for new beginnings. So, there, transformation, endings, beginnings, time to move on, which it seems you're doing with the Three of Wands here. More help for Aries, right? No? Yes, there, thank you, Dreamer. Yeah, dare to dream. Embrace your true purpose. And this could be where you're going through a transformation and a new adventure. Temperance. Three of Wands. Yeah. Ending old cycles, moving on. Yeah, start a new adventure and trust yourself in the process, because that's going to bring you not just luck, Aries, that's also going to bring you justice. And it could be the justice that you've been waiting for or hoping for. By trusting in the unknown and trusting your intuition more, you'll be led to do the things that you need to do, not just for your betterment, but for also your yourself what's best for you, regardless of what's best for others. Yeah, because you're being helped in the subtle realms. You definitely are being guided, and it's up to you to listen to the guidance that you're receiving, even though it might be difficult, because whatever you're doing is, is about, it might well be a slow transformation from, something to something else, because there's nothing sexier than your true, authentic self. And that's who you really need to be. You weren't born to fit in. If you're born to stand out, you're not born to fit in. And don't feel that you must. And I think perhaps you felt in your recent past areas that you wanted to fit in or do the right thing by others, or to, stick out a job just because, it would have looked a bit not so good if you hadn't, It's like you don't have to always follow through with the things that you think you should do just because that's what other people expect of you. You're going against your own grain by doing that. And perhaps that's where you came unstuck, where you've had Five of Cups energy, looking back with a bit of regret, where you've been reevaluating what you've been doing over recent months, years, however this resonates, maybe as long as a decade or more, 13, years or more. And perhaps, you have come to a point where you're only prepared to, or are looking at what makes your life worth living, what makes you happiness, what makes you feel, that you're doing your path, travelling, your journey. And put the fucking phone down. If you've been, too much, online, too much screen time can make you awkward. Go and talk to a friend. Perhaps you haven't had the opportunity to do that recently, and your communication has been mainly, on the phone, and you need to connect with somebody, and somebody who is, compassionate to your cause, who could be helpful, a good listening ear. I feel as if, what might be a good thing for you at the moment would be this. Just draw my attention to this. Hematite. Yeah, hematite. I think I believe it's good for repelling electromagnetic radiation. Too much, screen time, or, anything that, it can start to make you feel a bit, off. If you use hematite, which is also very good for grounding, oxygenating blood, your circulation, strengthening the physical, bringing courage, helping you to cope with stress as well, and also combats, as I said, electromagnetic stress. This could be a good stone for you, Aries, at the moment, that you might want to get hold of a piece. And just carry it around in your pocket, or keep it next to you, near you, or even wear it, on as jewellery. You can also get nice bangles, beads made of hematite. Might be useful for you. Keeps you grounded as well. Yeah, keeps you grounded because it relates to your feet. Your lower chakras will help you keep you grounded. Okay, you have 2. You're guiding children. Perhaps you work with children, or you've been working with children, and it's, an area or an avenue that you could look into if you're not already doing that. And have faith in your prayers. Yeah, have faith in your prayers. Pray What's a new one? Have faith in your prayers. And perhaps you've been feeling a bit in the dark as well, Death card here, about things, but you've been advised to tune back into your intuition, you know, when you don't know, when you can't see, you know, choose to live by faith, you know, even when you can't see clearly ahead of you, or understand things that might be going on around you. Yeah, because you have a positive mindset and you're open to all that is good. As you take on any new challenges at the moment, Aries, you'll start to feel more positive, calm and confident as you do that. Because ultimately that's, you know, that's your challenges leading to your positivity, that you'll do calmly and confidently without questioning them if you keep tapping into your intuition. Amethyst, get maybe some amethyst to help enhance that. Because you'll get justice, the justice that you might well have been waiting for. If you keep, when you take on a new challenge, you know, and you do it positively, knowing that, you know, the outcome, it doesn't matter. It's a challenge that you are set, and you believe you can accomplish it, you know, in a positive way and in a calm way and in a confident way. So when you're faced with any challenges, try not to be anxious about it, and just, you know, reassure yourself that you can and will get through it. And it also that it could not be overnight, that the challenge that you might come up against soon, you know, could be, you know, something that you will need to have calm and confidence about when, you know, when dealing with this, and have, you know, understand that, you know, to stay in a positive mindset. You have temperance here, you know, and justice, will of fortune. So these are all, you know, very, very positive cards, telling you that you can, you know, you can and will take on new challenges with confidence, knowing that you're going to have justice as you continue moving forwards. That's what I've got for you, Aries. I hope that was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the reading, and until the next reading, take care. Send you lots of love. Bye.